You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! Live from the 15 Minutes of Fame studios, 39th and Broadway, in the heart of Bayonne, New Jersey, cause we couldn't afford a spot in Manhattan. Welcome to the Shut Up and Talk Show. Give it up for your host, me motherfuckers. Let's go!
Welcome to the new show, Shut Up and Talk Show. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Tonight I got a semi-sorta special guest. He goes by the name of New Jerzey.
I'm definitely special.
You special?
Very special.
Well, he's special. Olympics.
Wow. That's crazy.
Nah, man, I got New Jerzey Twork in the building, man. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you, brother.
Glad to be here.
Like I say, man, it's the new show, Shut Up and Talk Show with Uncle Ra. I decided to do this show, man, and get a little comfortable with you guys. So everybody out there that's paying attention right now, bear with me. I'm gonna get it together. Get it together. Get it together. How you doing? Yo, first thing, I had an idea, man. I wanted to do something real quick. Let's see if I can get this thing on. There you go. Cut it off. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together.
A little bit of bloopers.
We're gonna get it together. Ain't no bloopers. I'm going right in with this shit, bruh. No editing. No editing.
Nah, you definitely gotta edit that.
I definitely gotta edit that. I gotta edit shit.
Roma.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to put a TV so you don't have to turn around and do that. But this is a special moment for me.
15 minutes of fame, so love you.
Do you remember that night? This is the first night I met you, brother.
I was skinny as shit. I was my fucking hairline, dog.
That's the whole host.
You actually had hair on your head, dude.
Oh my goodness, man.
He didn't want to interview because he didn't want to say
joke on your chest. Right.
Early.
The shit that, listen though, the shit that bothers me is you niggas from up top. Y'all shit, I can understand if it's a nigga from like Atlanta or somewhere, and they understand what Twork means, but we from up top. Like back in the day, Twork mean like, we'll put in that work. Like, I've been Twork forever. Like, that's what it was. So, and I'm not changing my name for shit. I don't give a fuck. You would have talked at the time, say like, I mean, prep you. Nobody really knew who you were. You were kind of unknown. You was nervous up there about it. I seen you. I was nervous. Palms were sweaty. Yeah, these weeks, I was like, when I pulled up, man, I saw my fans there, man. I said, I gotta take shit. Like, I'm nervous.
I just really said that on camera.
That's fact.
Was this your first interview? Have you had done interviews prior to this?
I was nervous until I got here. But now that it's over,
I did one with
I'm
30 pages of rhyme.
Okay.
That was my favorite.
I was impressed because you were
This
able
is
to
my
take
second interview
that.
You're welcome.
You couldn't tell I was surprised. Like, why was that?
Damn, yo, I gotta get back to that side, yo.
I always do that. They just
I thought that was wrong. I promise you when I rewatched it,
That's my man's Tay, dog.
I thought it was wrong.
His mustache is so nasty.
I got a problem, bro. I said that slow, and niggas went crazy. Sometimes it's hit or miss. But
I can't remember how long ago this was, but that was that your URL debut also, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pause it.
I think I could have did better.
Actually, I'm gonna mute it, and I'm just gonna let these rock behind you.
I fucked up.
But yeah, man, I thought I figured I'd share that with you, man, because like my man say, man, I got different relationships with you guys now, and to look back, you know, like the first time I met you and shit, you know, and it was,
crazy.
you know, we didn't.
Almost brings a tear to my eye.
It was reminiscent for me. Like Jazz came in of what Jazz into, you know, to say, you know, that she discovered you and shit like that. So, yeah. How was that moment for you that day? If you can look back at that,
it was surreal, man. If I could describe it in one word, it was just real surreal. Like just to be like on URL from watching it for years, you know, like. And then battle rapping on a smaller platform and thinking, watching those guys like, man, I can never compete on that high of a level. And then to actually get there and not only compete, but, you know, like win too, like, you know what I mean, and dominate, you know, the game. You know, this right here was just like, you know, the beginning of that. You know, and so looking back on it now, it's just like, man, it's surreal. Like, I came a long way. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So around that time, your confidence wasn't where it's at right now. You was like, damn, I'm on a URL.
Yeah, nah, hell no, nowhere near. It was like that was happy to be here. Now I'm at a point where I'm like yeah, like this my shit. Like, you know what I mean,
we can tell
all the, you know, ups and downs. It's still like, you know, this. I just feel like the game, like it just belongs to me right now. So
yes, it does, and no, it doesn't.
I mean, I understand. Like, am I in pain? Like, you know, I just feel like the game was mine. Like, I could take it wherever I want. You know?
Right. And now, do you think taking too long to actually, you know, that I think like racers. Right, like in cars or even running, you know, some people know they faster than the other person. They be like, let me go ahead and let him get a start, and then they fuck around and don't catch up to him. Have you ever thought about that? Like,
I thought about that not too long ago. Actually, I thought about a lot of things, like things I should have done. I should have took advantage of early in my career that, you know, it's kind of hard to latch on to now. I don't feel like it's too late. I just feel like, you know, it would have been more beneficial if I would have, you know, learned the game early and, you know, got on my shit. So, but, you know, I'm learning now. I mean, you gotta really think I'm only like 4 years into the 4 years.
And how old are you?
26.
I thought you was 24.
Yeah, but thought wrong.
Right. Shit happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well,
you were 70.
You look 24. You welcome.
Thanks.
See how mean you are to me, and I give you a compliment and shit. You ain't shit.
My bad.
You ain't shit. Yeah, but and I kind of like, I get flack a lot from a lot of people because I always big you up. Right. You know what I mean? You know, when we have conversations, I mean, there's plenty of footage of me actually like attempting to sun you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm such a big fan of yours, you know, but I get a lot of flack for still giving you the credit of the talent that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and I'm okay with taking that, you know, because I do believe you have like this incredible talent. And you were pretty much probably born to do this shit.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, again, the way things go with your career and everything. Now, from here, you're learning now. And when you got this moment, you just actually started learning. You're being around the big guys and guys you probably thought maybe one day I'm probably never battle.
Right.
And where's your learning at now? Like, that was a dumbass way I asked the question, but
I think,
where are you at with it now?
I think 2020 is gonna be a great year for me. I think it's the start of a good year. I think I learned a lot, and I think, you know, it's just time to, you know, show the things I've learned. You know what I mean? So I think this year I'm just gonna soar, man. I'm gonna go for it all. Like, I'm gonna go for the gusto. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What does that entail? Like, is it taking less battles? Is it taking it more serious?
It's that taking less battles. Being more financially stable. You know, like money managing. I think that's a big problem with me as far as battle rap goes. it's two problems: preparation, one, and money management. Like, you know, because a lot of the battles that I do take are, you know, over some kind of money.
Right.
You know, but you know, if I'm getting paid X amount of thousands of dollars, and you know, if I manage it right, I won't have to take X amount of battles. You know what I'm saying? So that ties into this whole thing. So 2020 is just like, you know, it's a year of manifestation for me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do some real good things this year.
I almost believe you.
I mean, it's the truth.
I almost believe you, though.
Yeah, well, who cares what you believe?
I know you don't care. But time.
Of course,
says it all.
Yeah,
So
of course.
Yeah.
You gonna eat your words.
Yeah, because I remember one time we did an interview and you was like, after this, or I think you had 2 more battles or whatever. You said, after those battles, I'm not battling nowhere else except URL.
No, I didn't.
I got the footage.
I said I wasn't doing those small leagues.
Right, my bad. Small leagues.
Exactly.
Right, but you still did small leagues.
But think about it, right? I told you that beginning of last year, right?
Oh, it was at a, I think that was at a
I was referring to the next
joint.
year. I was referring to the next year. So when you think about it, when I did do small leagues, you gotta think about, I battled Cicero, battled Bill Collector, I battled Swave Sever, I battled Oops, I battled all big names, like
Right.
all names that were on smaller league. Who else did I battle last year? That was a name that wasn't. I battled Sharon.
Well, Sharon is, as far as I'm concerned, Sharon is a legend.
That's what I'm saying. But
So,
these
yeah.
guys are names, though. Like,
Okay.
The names that I took on smaller leagues are like names. You get what I'm saying? They're
But
not
in between, there was a
Joe
lot
Schmoes.
of Joe Schmoes too, though. And
Nah.
don't call them Joe Schmoes. They
just
used
call
to be
them-
where you
You
are.
just call them Joe.
Well, I
was a Joe Schmo.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being a Joe Schmo.
Well, I don't want to call them Joe Schmoes. They have names. Now, what I have to, we'll go from, we're talking about the small leagues and everything, so I have to ask you and get into the, now we did an interview before, right? And we were talking about, the question, the actual question I wanted to ask is, why are the leagues that are saying that you taking deposits and not showing up, why are they so comfortable saying it if it's not true? Right?
I mean, sometimes it's not that it's not true. In some cases, like, it did happen. Like, that did indeed happen. Like, you mean, like, sometimes I've taken deposits, didn't show up, like, in earlier battles. The ones that, like, happened recently, which now I can't remember, like, exactly when the whole DNA 2 shit was going on. They all had backstories to them, like, and me, I stayed quiet because I didn't want to make a big thing of it. You know what I'm saying? So nobody really got to hear my side of the story because I didn't even entertain it at all. Because this, like, you're doing interviews and getting 12,000 views, or if that. But once New Jersey Twork involves himself with it, now they want to know, oh, what is he talking about? I didn't even see that. So now they put their attention to it, and now your 12,000 views turns into 200,000 views. You know what I'm saying? So I really got to hear my side of the story. But like one of the times, Elijah from SIGU, he paid me for a battle. I told him I needed travel and stay. He didn't want to take care of it. So my opponent called. I literally have messages from but I just want to pull it up just to let niggas know my side.
Is that okay to do it? That's not like.
I mean, he went on DNA Tooth and told a lie. I just didn't. I just want
to make sure some people say pulling up text messages.
No,
it's
not a text message. I'm not even gonna pull up.
Okay, all right.
But long story short, like the guy, he booked me for the battle. Once he sent me my deposit, like 2 weeks upon the battle, I'm making sure my travel, my stay is taken care of. Oh, I don't know nothing about that, but that's a regular thing. He didn't want to take care of it, so card fall.
All right, we had a little issue, man. Came back here, man. We back.
All right.
Oh, we back. Welcome back to Shut Up and Talk Show. How you like the name of the show, man? Like the name of the show?
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty dope, right?
You know, oxymoron.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm a moron.
Yeah, oxy.
I said it for you because I knew you would eventually say it.
I wasn't going there.
Oh, no?
At least you know.
It's pretty good, man.
At least you know.
You're a nice guy now, man. This 2020 thing really did something for you, man. That's good.
I'm saying mellow, man.
So let's go. We were at the Sig U joint. You said he didn't provide the transportation and the stay.
It's just like one incident. Like,
right.
But it's just like hearing one side. Ain't like I said. You know, I'm not saying anything because I don't want to shed any light on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it would be perceived that that was the case, but like that's not the case. Like, yes, you paid me for a battle, but you are supposed to. Every league on the nose is you're supposed to cover my travel and cover my stay, and you weren't willing to do that. So how am I gonna get there? Where am I staying? I live 6 hours away from your league.
You're right. I always try to tell a lot of y'all that sometimes too, is that when people say things, if y'all don't respond, then that's their narrative and that's their story, and it's like people will take that and run with it. But I do understand in some cases not to respond also, and if you feed the fire, I get that too.
It's one thing. It's one thing when somebody says something and it doesn't put you in a situation where you have to respond. Like the situation with Gayle King, her talking about Kobe Bryant is a big thing. But if 10,000 people said something about it and the rest of the world said nothing, they backed her into a corner to where she had to respond. Like these people are like, you could tell your lies and say whatever. Like it didn't put me in a position where like I'm back into a corner and had to respond, so I just left it alone.
It didn't change. You were still getting booked.
It didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And it wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If it was, I would be the first to say, that's what happened. That's what I did. You know what I mean? Because of course it has happened. It has happened before, but that in those situations, like it was false.
Now that triggered those issues with the deposit, kind of triggered the DNA 2 thing.
Right.
And then, he started doing the interviews with the actual league owners. Right. And I think there was 3 of them. We don't have to detail every one of them, but, one story is enough to... Now, with that, does that impact you at all? Like, it wasn't just one.
Yeah.
Like, then another one did it, and another one did it, and another one did it. Now, I get what you say, like when it's a small platform that does it, not a lot of people see it, so it's like it could get swept under the rug. But then when they bring out another and another and another,
it didn't really bother me. Like these are people, who I have like falling outs with, arguments with, like and like I have like physical proof of every conversation. Like there's a conversation, like another guy, like he was like, yo, I'm gonna pay you for a battle and a hosting. You know what I'm saying? For like the same day or some shit like that. He paid for the battle, never the hosting. So he's like, yo, I got it this time. Never sent it. I hit him up, yo, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? So that, like, I don't. For one, you can't. I can't trust you to I can't trust you for me to show up to your event and have my back and you can't even be sturdy on a deposit. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was supposed to be 2.
Exactly. And it was only 1.
So if you would have gave you the deposit for the other one, then you would have.
It would have been good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain situations, like, shit was like a chain reaction. But the DNA 2, that shit didn't really bother me. What bothered me is he was literally calling my phone.
DNA 2 calling your phone.
Calling my phone.
So the interviews wasn't the big deal.
That shit, I didn't say anything about it. I didn't really care. Like, you know what I mean? It was those people. It was a lot of people. Like the chain reaction to the league owners getting on his channel was. I think they saw it beneficial for them. Like, okay, like Joe Schmo, my own league. it's real small league. Nobody really knows about it. I reach out to a couple big names here and there, but you know, I'm really like underground. This DNA 2 guys bringing on exposure to certain things. Like, you mean, you're getting on his channel thinking like, oh, this is my league, this is your big break, your 15 minutes of fame, so to speak. And that's really how I looked at it. Like, I mean, I really looked at it like that. It was because if it was a situation where I thought it was detrimental because I actually felt, you know, wrong about like, damn, I did do that, then that'll be a different story. Like, I'll be like, all right, well, shit, I would make a public statement like, all right, yo, my bad, I fucked up. You mean it won't happen again? Like, you mean certain shit like that? Like, and that's been done before. Like, you mean when I'm wrong, I'll say, yo, I was wrong. Like, that shit just never really bothered me. What bothered me was his antics, like calling my phone, put me on live. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like,
And you don't even know how he got your number.
I don't even know how he got my number.
Now that incident led to the another incident with you thinking somebody was DNA's too. Exactly. Have you talked to Dutch?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. With that situation, we were at an event, and I think it was Survivor Series, and somebody pulled me to the side, showed me a message between them and Dutch, with him saying, "Yeah, I'm DNA too." He said it. He said it like later on after he meant like, "Oh, I was just joking," but like in a situation like that, like I didn't take it as a joke. So, you know, I seen him. You know, I did what I did, and you know, after I found out, like, you know, it wasn't him, I went up to him. I sincerely apologized to him. I mean, it's not really much you could say to a man.
That's fucked up. While you explaining this story, you were in the background going like this.
Oh, what the fuck? Wow,
that's the Geezy interview. You and Geezy.
There's really not much you could say, you know, to somebody who
But I see this guy got under your skin that much that happened, and of course I was
because it was just like he was just targeting me, like, you know what I mean. He was just every day dropping interviews about me, calling my phone, texting me. I would block his number. He would text me from a different number. So much shit, you know what I mean? Until I went and did a little research and found out who he was and where he got his puppet from and all that shit. And, you know, he kind of backed off.
But that's good, too. Because I just think sometimes just provoking people is just too much, man. You know, keep poking.
I'm not really one, you know.
But shout out to Dutch, man. I'm glad everything's all right with that. Because when I heard it, I was like, nah, not Dutch. I like Dutch.
I don't even really talk about it. Like, it's not as, you know, I'm not proud of it. Like, and I didn't do it for no clout. I did it because I really thought that was him. I felt like he deserved it at the time.
Well, hopefully you'll never run into him. I prefer that. I want you to have a successful battle rap career and whatever else you decide to do with your career from this point on. Now the other thing, touchy thing I want to ask you about too is the recycling thing. Mm-hmm. Now again, you know, I watch a lot of battles. I don't watch all your battles. I only watch certain battles. If you battling somebody that I like, because I don't really fuck with you like that, but if you battle somebody that's I like, so okay, I'm gonna watch it because he's battling Twork. So I know a lot of those battles that you use material from. Do you think is it something like that? Like, oh, this was a small league, so I'm gonna reuse this. Is it lack of preparation and I gotta dig into something real quick?
It's a little of both. Like, you know, just being lazy. You know, like, that's just what it was. That's lack of prep, being lazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, it happened. There's nothing I can do about it now besides, you know, not do it anymore.
When it came out and you saw that they was showing this battle, that battle, and that battle, he said the same thing. Where were you at, and how are you reacting?
To be like, if I'm gonna be totally honest, while I was doing it, before I did it, I knew that that would be the outcome. But it was like it was nothing I could do. It was right in front of me. Like it was time. Like I had to go battle. You know what I mean? The other two, it wasn't. It was. I think it was 3 battles or 2 battles.
There was one battle. Well, there was 3 battles that you used the same thing in 3 battles.
Yeah. So right. 3 battles. Same like last, maybe like 8 to 12. Same exact thing.
That's a lot.
The last 2 was small league. Those, like I was like, you know, it is what it is. But when I did it for Swave, I knew like, yeah, this, like going into it, I knew like, yeah, there.
Fuck, didn't you take Swave serious enough?
I did though. I literally had 3-4 reps. The 8 to 12 was literally at the end of the battle. Not to justify it, I had rebuttals in that battle, like all kind of wild shit. You know, just that last 8 to 12 just kind of took away from everything.
Battle rap, you know, that's all it takes.
But man, you know, I mean, I take responsibility for it. You know, I did what I did. You know what I mean?
They're watching you now. We're all watching you now. Yeah, we definitely paying attention right now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's you know, it's I overcome it. Like, I mean, I did it. I mean, you know, I just feel like, you know, I gotta be vindicated. Like, I mean, this is 2020. Like, I just feel like, you know, like I'm just starting fresh. I mean, it's not uncomfortable to talk about it. Like, you know, I just feel like I got a fresh start this year. I'm gonna do different.
That's good. That's good.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.